Hello, Taurus. This is your reading for October 5th through 11th. Remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we're opening the reading today with the Oracle of Empowerment, and this is the Solar Crown. This says, you are decisive and wise. When action is required, you move swiftly with courage. When wisdom is necessary, you step carefully with grace. You trust your intuitive wisdom to decide correctly. I think that is a wonderful kind of concept to bring into this coming week with us, right? This idea of that solar crown, believing that we know the answers, believing that that we have that wisdom, we have that grace, we have that courage, we have that intuitive insight into life, yeah? I'm Paul, this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. Let's deal the rest of the cards and let's dive right into your reading, all right? We have a tower. First card out of the gate is that tower card, wow. And to me, the tower is a good card. Tower does not mean destruction and ruin and catastrophe. No, I feel like it means like revelation. It means like we're getting a wake-up call, yeah. But to me, it feels like our eye is open, our third eye, you know? And it feels like truth. Right? It feels like liberation. It feels like change. Two of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Lovers. We have a 9 of Pentacles. That breakthrough that you've been waiting for. Yeah, it's here. We have the Goat, right? With the Devil card. We have a Queen of Swords, 3 of Wands. And the Moon card. Very nice and a lovely set of cards. I feel like this is really a breakthrough for you financially, creatively, artistically. Whatever has been blocking your path, I think is being it's being torn down. Whatever that wall is that you're up against, it's crumbling down to the ground. And I think that you're gonna experience kind of a life-changing day. I feel like this is gonna be the biggest win of your life. I feel like big changes are in store for you. The tower is always a pivotal moment. There's going to be life before the tower and life after the tower, okay? I think life after the tower is going to be more progress. I feel like you have been up against a wall lately. That wall's coming down and we see you traveling along this path, okay, with that 9 of Pentacles. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments below. Let's look around the room. We see major, 4 major arcana cards. A card of union, a card of choice, a card of very radical change, okay? A card of motivation, and a card of thresholds, okay? I feel like the sun is just about to rise on your life here, okay? I feel like a lot of you have been sort of waiting for something really good to happen. I feel like this is it. Okay, I feel like that breakthrough that you've been waiting for, that life-changing surprise moment is here. And I kind of feel like it feels like it's one of those funny things that we talk about. It's like the overnight change, but we know that it's taken years to build up to that overnight change. But that's kind of the Moon card here, is that overnight change energy. Yeah, we got fire. Got water here in the background, though, but not a lot of water otherwise. We have a little bit of air. And of course, we have our really good earth cards. Okay, so the tower is our first kind of card here. This is radical change. This is, yes, it may be disruption. It may be something is kind of shaking the foundations of our life, but it feels like it is a liberation. It feels like we are escaping, we're breaking out, not even escaping. Because escape kind of feels like we're like sneaking around, trying to be stealthy. No, I feel like you're just demolishing the obstacles that are in front of you right now. I think this is a week for really like believing, wearing that solar crown. You're decisive, you're wise, you move swiftly with courage, right? You step carefully with grace when you need to. You trust your intuitive wisdom to decide correctly. I think right now is a month or a week of almost like brute force, just trying as hard as you can and making it happen. And it's that time of, like we said, we see with this card swiftly with courage. And that's causing this change. The Tower to me feels like it's fast and it's bold, okay? And so a lot of you, if this is kind of a work thing, this is like you push as hard as you can. Go in there and do your very, very best. Like put the pedal to the metal and work as hard as you can, and I promise that things are going to get better, okay? Maybe this is about a bold move that says like, go in and do the life-changing thing that is, maybe it's a long shot, maybe it's like a Hail Mary pass. Just go and try it. What's the worst that could happen? They could say no, go in and ask for the raise. Go in and apply for that really crazy good job that there's no way they'll give it to me. Go do it. Go try. Who cares? Go for that big audition, Maybe this, for some of you, maybe this is even like kind of romance and love and friends and stuff. Go do the big, bold thing that we're so scared of. This is a life-changing card. And there's fear here. I mean, it's the card scares me. You look at the card, it's a scary card, right? And it's supposed to be, because it's a life-changing event, And it's kind of an event that says we either step up with courage, or we cower away, we shrink away, and we don't take advantage of that opportunity. So I think that you're kind of stepping up to the plate here with this energy. You really are, like you're pulling out all the stops. You're pushing forward as hard as you can. And this is going to be, taking that bold, brave move to get what you want, to ask for what you want, to take the initiative, to go to that audition, to submit your manuscript to the publisher or whatever, or to go out on stage for the first time, and really just give something every ounce of your effort. Yeah, especially when we pair that with our Ten of Wands here, it's saying don't hold anything back. This is a moment that could really seriously change your life. I feel like this is the biggest win. And what it's doing is it's leading to a lot of change. It feels like this card is kind of a night and day energy as well, just as is our moon card, right? Kind of from nighttime to daytime. The Two of Pentacles is a card of harmonious change, and it's usually a card that is making our life better. Okay, it's an energy that it's kind of about us, understanding that the little things that we do really matter. The fine details are important. Okay. It's also kind of like, it's how we keep our balance. It's when life kind of gives us, when we, especially with a tower, I mean, it's so perfect with a tower card there, because that tower energy is really like a shaky foundation. And when the ground is shaking beneath your feet, this card is really about how you maintain your stability, how you stay centered, how you stay balanced, it's like the counterweights, it's your center of gravity. I think that this card is also talking about some kind of a money exchange or some kind of a financial thing. It almost feels like this is a transaction, that this is a kind of a purchase in a way. It could be that you're kind of deciding on maybe it's a big investment or something like this. I feel like there is money changing hands this week for you in a good way. I think it's changing to your hand. And so I think that is, maybe a really big thing. This could be, for some of you, it could be career, it could be work-related, financial type of stuff, taking that big sort of risk. And it almost feels like it's not really a risk, though, It feels like it's something that the worst that could happen is they could say no, and you could go back to doing what you were doing before. So there's really no risk there, but there's all the reward. What do we have with a 2? We have the 9, right? So it's like 9, 10, 11 pentacles. And to me, that's the number of magic. And that's saying like, look, we can create all this superabundance in our life with the 9 of pentacles, right? We can create all this progress. All we have to do is take this one step, but it's that scariest step. And this could be stepping out on stage, going for that audition, etc., etc. But to me, it feels like there is some kind of an exchange or even a purchase, or like, it could be that we're sort of asking. It could be that promotion. We're asking for a raise. We're asking for the opportunity. We're going to go in and ask for the job. I feel that there is this kind of transaction kind of energy that's taking place. Down beneath the surface, 10 of Wands. This is a card of responsibilities. This is a card of, the burden, the weight on your shoulders, and how much you can handle, okay? And I kind of feel like this card is trying to say, like, you can handle a lot more than you thought you could, okay? That you are a lot stronger than you think. I kind of feel like some of you are taking on more responsibilities. And it may be that we're sort of, we're asking for that promotion, or we're taking on that new job, or we're going to go apply for that thing, or we're going to go to the interview. I feel like you're basically asking for more work to do. Basically going in and saying, hey, give me all of those extra accounts or something, right? Of course, you're going to have to pay me to do all that work, but I can handle that work, okay? So I feel for some of you, if this is financial stuff, yes. If this is like work, I feel like it's going in and realizing that we're going to put in more effort now and we're going to get more reward out of it. So it kind of feels like you're going into it knowing that it's going to be, it's going to require more heavy lifting. Okay. For some of you, this is kind of, there's some project that you're involved with, maybe at home. Maybe it's at work or at school. Maybe you're retired, and I don't know what this is for you. My point is, it doesn't matter how old you are, right? But there's something in your life right now that you're realizing that if you make it bigger, it would be better, right? If you increase the size or the scale of something, then the reward will be bigger. So it's kind of like we're saying, well, I know if I put more into it, I'll get more out of it. So maybe that's a good idea, I feel like you're kind of assessing your capacity here and saying, do I have more to give? Because if I can put more into it, then it's gonna expand greater. It's gonna be an even bigger win, right? So I kind of feel like you're not looking for the small wins right now. You're not looking for those little things. It's kind of like, to me, it doesn't feel like we're doing incremental changes. It doesn't feel like we're just going to say, well, I'll do a little bit, and the next year I'll do a little bit more, or next week or whatever, and it's just step by step by step by step. No, I feel like that's kind of slowing things down. I feel like there is this explosive opportunity right now that if you realize, well, if I go all in, then I'm gonna get all that reward out of it. It's gonna be massively successful, rather than being cautious and going little. A drop here, a drop there, a step here, a step there. Instead of pushing the ball, instead of trying to like run the ball down the field 1 yard at a time, feel like you're throwing a Hail Mary pass. You want to get all the yards at once, okay? And that to me is the 10 of Wands. I feel like it's a good time for you to at least ask yourself, do I have what it takes to do the big thing? Or am I someone that has to go just a little step, a little tiny step at a time, okay? I think it's the time for big, bold steps, big moves that even feel like they're outside of your capacity. Like this, I don't even know what the heck that job, you're going after these roles, these parts, these jobs. You're going on this audition for something that's like, there's no way they'll give it to you. But you're taking a chance, okay? And I think it's going to pay off in massive ways. You're going after, let's say, a job that you don't feel qualified for. But your confidence, your solar crown, is going to pave the way for you. Okay? You're not just reaching for like the low-hanging fruit. You're not just going after those little things that seem like they're well within your grasp. You're extending yourself beyond your grasp. Okay? You're aiming higher. You're aspiring up instead of down or even laterally. So, of course, you're going after the job that is a little bit beyond your current capabilities. Well, of course. You're striving, whatever your goals are in life, whatever your wish is right now, you're striving for something that's a little bit beyond what you think you're capable of. And I think that's a very important thing. Okay. Now, in the background, we have a Queen of Cups. This is a deep, emotional kind of card. For some of you, I think it connects with our Lover's card, and for some of you, I think there's going to be a romantic, aspect to your week. Okay, if you're looking for love, I think that it'd be a good time to really find out what you want in terms of a romantic partner. Are you looking for something serious? Are you looking for someone who is ambitious? Are you looking, what kind of life do you want for yourself? Because that's going to determine what kind of partner you choose. Okay? You don't want to be very ambitious and striving for these bigger, greater things, and then you find a partner that kind of just wants to stay home and have a really small life, right? So I feel like you're starting to feel like, what's really important to me? What qualities do I really want in a partner? What kind of person do they need to be? What kind of ambitions do they need to have? What kind of goals do they need to have? Okay. I think not everybody, obviously, is looking for romance. I think the Queen of Cups in this position, for a lot of you, is going to be a reflection on those times in life where we played it safe. Okay, because when we're facing a tower here and we're thinking, oh, I can make this is going to be a big time awakening, activation, a really huge win, big changes taking place. The Queen of Cups is starting to remember all those times that they kind of shied away from the really big, difficult stuff. Okay, I think it's important that you let go of a lot of that. The Queen of Cups always looking at the past, always kind of, in a way, brooding. Okay, to me, the Queen of Cups is taking a long time to let go of something, to process an ending. Okay, so for those of you who are interested in romance, don't get into a new relationship until you're over the last one completely, until you can really say that you're kind of done, that you're not lingering in that energy anymore, okay? Because this is implying that some of you are lingering in some emotional energy somewhere, and it needs to be let go of before you can choose anything new, whether it's the job, career, the creative endeavors, the big radical changes in life. It could be that tower, it could be that you're just like, you're totally reinventing yourself, Before you can choose the new thing, you have to make sure you're completely over the old thing. Okay, so there is some kind of unresolved emotions going on here. Yeah. The Queen of Cups is also saying that, like, this week could be a good week to really find out what it is we want, to really be sure of it, to really, take some time, take a moment to do some soul searching to say, do I really want this? Because if I do, it's going to take all my effort. I'm going to have to put all my attention into it. But I can have it. I can do it. And we can create this radical change. Okay. And of course, the choice is that Lover's card. And for some of you, yes, Lovers means romance. But I think for most of us, this is a card of choice. It's kind of saying that we choose to go all in 1,000% on something that's going to change our lives and change the road that our life takes. Okay, change our path completely, big change. Or we choose not to. Because if you say yes, it has to be a full yes. 1,000% yes, it has to be this. Your Ten of Wands has to be up there with your Lover's card saying, yes, without a doubt, everything I've got is going to go into this, whether this is a job, this is you starting your own business, this is you starting that relationship, or getting married, or going on this audition and saying, you know what, I want to be an actor, or going all in on your music or your art or your whatever it is. You got to go all in. You have to be willing to commit 1,000%. That's the card of choice. Now, we've got a 9 of Pentacles here, which is really, this is progress. To me, the 9 of Pentacles is the road that you're walking. And I feel that the decisions that you make right now are going to change what pathway your life goes, what it takes, you know. So I kind of feel like it's a crossroads moment for a lot of you. Either doing the big thing, the life-changing radical change, or doing the same thing that we've been doing, which is fine too, right? This is a card of gain, this card of prosperity. For a lot of you, financial stuff is really going to start rolling in because of your choices this week. Okay, I feel like it's really going to be a profitable week, but you've got to be willing to be bold and make those bold moves to get all this money. I mean, this is literally like money's coming in. This is literally like you see the coins kind of stacking up on your desk. You know, the piles of money are getting bigger, but right before your eyes. It really is a very prosperous card. Okay. And it's in the kind of future position here. So I think it really depends on your choice now. This feels like this is the threshold. This is the crossroads for you. It's a good time to make some big, bold moves in terms of your career, your business, your finances. Okay. But see, this is a big, bold move, but it feels like there isn't much of a downside. It's not like I'm telling you to take all your life savings and go play roulette or something. No, I feel like this is something that if it doesn't work out, you're just going to go back to doing what you were doing. Okay? It's that kind of a thing. It's like, go try. And yes, if it's your business, maybe you got to put in some time and some money into it to get it started, but you're taking a risk, yeah. But if it fails, okay, fine. You're not really that worse off than you were, okay? But if and when it succeeds, it's going to be it's life-changing. And it will succeed, but you have to give it everything you have. You can't just like half-ass it, you know? You got to put the whole thing in, all right? And I think you'll see the progress immediately. You'll see it, I mean, very, very quickly, by the end of the week even. So within 7 days, I feel like you're going to see that, okay, this is going to make money. Yeah, this is going to do it, yeah. So I think for a lot of you, this is going to be that kind of a financial increase, okay? You have the Devil card over here, which is showing a motivation. It's showing your, this is the engine of the car, right? The Devil card, a very creative energy. Very generative, and I think that, you know, you're taking a risk climbing a mountain. You're going to generate a lot of prosperity for yourself through your decisions, wearing that solar crown, with that confidence, those bold steps. I think for some of you, this is the focus more on your personal creative ambitions and focusing less on love and romance. But I think for others, it's similar. It's the feeling that, like, you know, I don't want to focus so much on my career or finances or my business or my goals that I don't have time for love and romance. So I feel like sometimes the devil can be the lone mountain goat, right? Can feel a little lonely on that path of success. And so just consider that and just make sure that if that is you, you know, that you make an effort to include your loved ones in your life, and don't alienate yourself. And I know that this path, whatever this is going to require 100% of your effort. Just make sure that that you know what you're getting into, okay? For some of you, this is going to be a week of realizing something that you've been something that's been holding you back. I feel like the Devil card kind of has that chain attached to it. It's like there's a goat here that's trying to climb a mountain, but it's chained to a fence. What is that chain for you? What is it that's holding you back? Is it self-doubt? Is it, what is it for you? Okay. There might be for some of you, there might be something that's preventing you from taking that bold move forward. And we've got to find out what that is. We've got to break that chain so that you can climb to the top here. You also have a Queen of Swords in the position of your relationships. A very good week for getting perspective. Very good week for being objective, getting a bird's eye view of things, to understand, again, kind of what you're getting into, what the road's going to be like, to kind of, again, with that processing the past. I feel like some of you are still dealing with an ex or some feelings for somebody that, like, you're not with anymore. Because both of these queens, we have the heart and the mind looking at the past. And I think maybe for some of you, that's going to be the chain that is preventing you from moving forward, either into the new relationship or the new career, the new job. It's the attachment to the old one. So I feel like this card is really trying to be honest and trying to be aware, trying to be objective and unbiased, and really, trying to not get stuck in the feelings about things, right? To feel the feelings, but to say maybe it's time to kind of to stop swimming around in those feelings. See, the Queen of Swords has risen above the water and is looking down at the water, but isn't swimming around in it. Okay. And so I think that this is you trying to have kind of a level head, trying to be very sober-minded and realize, what is the right move for you at this time in your life. And I feel like for you, it is radical change. It is big, bold moves. It is a breakthrough. It is going forward with this kind of, almost brute force. Yeah. The Three of Wands here is saying the right thing to do. Okay, it's just a matter now of doing it. And I think that there's a little bit of fear involved in doing it because of our dark, scary forest moon card. But the only way is forward. The only way to get success is to go through the uncertainty. And that's what the moon card really is. It's a dark doorway of uncertainty. You don't know what's going to be on the other side. I could guarantee you that within 7 days you're going to see some progress, but you don't know that for sure. And, well, I'm just a voice on the internet. I could be wrong. Everything worth doing is kind of scary. Everything worth doing is a step into the dark, scary forest. The Three of Wands says you know the right thing to do, and you're capable of doing it. We just now have to sort of translate this into like a Three of Pentacles, like into actual work, into just doing the thing. Understanding the right thing to do is different than doing the right thing. Because we can understand, we can get a Three of Wands and we can understand the right thing. But then we could get like a Five of Pentacles or a Seven of Pentacles or something, right? We could do the wrong thing. I know the right thing to do, I chose not to do it, right? So I feel like we need to create that kind of six. We need another three here. Maybe the mystery card will be the three, yeah. By the way, hit the like button if you don't mind. I forget to mention that nowadays. And it would really help out if you subscribed, if you haven't. The Three of Wands is this kind of like this vision. It's like we can kind of see the future. I feel like that the decision you make now could really change your life. Whether this is career, whether this is love, whether it's at home, at work, at school, whatever this big life-changing decision is. I feel like you understand the implications of it. It's just really us going into this dark, scary forest and being willing to take that chance. Okay, I feel like this is the week where your life really does change. I feel like this is the threshold of a very significant change of circumstances for you. Yeah, and I feel like the sun is about to rise on your life, Taurus. I feel like this is the week where, if you step up Everything's going to change. It's going to make all the difference in the world for you. Financially, and I think emotionally, and if there is this the romantic side to things, I think that's going to be really significant changes there too. But whatever this bold step is, it sets you on a new trajectory. Let's look at the mystery card. 6, right? I mean, either a 6 of pentacles or cups. It could be a 3 of pentacles. A 3 of pentacles would be really cool. But let's see what we have. An 8 of swords. So we're indecisive, right? We're feeling kind of stuck. We're feeling like, I know it's the right thing to do, but it's hard. You know, I know it's the right thing to do, but it's scary in the dark, scary forest. The uncertainty is a you-know-what. Yeah. So I feel like we're ruminating. I feel like we're sitting here at the threshold, kind of like thinking about it and just like making it too complicated. And it really is just like, what does your heart tell you? Like, what is are you doing it or not? You know, it's kind of like we've got to do our business or get off the pot. Yeah. I feel like there's an opportunity here that's not going to wait forever. And I feel like the solution is a lot easier than you realize. This is kind of like a stage fright. We get ourselves all worked up in our mind, but all we got to do is walk out on stage and do the thing, no matter how scared we are. It's like once you start taking the steps, it gets easier. The first step is really the most difficult. And I'm thinking of like a car in you know, like a manual transmission. Sometimes you don't want to start in first gear. And if you drive truck, you know what I mean. Sometimes you don't want to start in first gear, right? Sometimes you got to start in second gear. And maybe that's what we're talking about here. Maybe it's like, don't worry about the first step being the most scary, biggest, hugest step. Maybe start on step 2. And it's like, it's easier, you know. I don't know what that would actually look like for you. But try to keep it simple. Try not to overthink this. And maybe it's even just like shut off your mind and just do it. Just pretend you're dumb and just go straight ahead without thinking, you know? Like just turn off your mind and just be like, I don't know how scary it is. Just pretend that, you know, we don't see the dark, scary forest, you know? And it's a lot easier said than done, obviously, but the 8 of Swords is a lot of overthinking that's preventing us from taking that big, significant move. And you're wearing the solar crown, right? But yet we still have this tendency to overthink. Okay, now if you want to go deeper, we're going to do an extended reading. Click on through to that extended by hitting the join button. Oh, I think it's over here. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. We will clarify love and we will clarify money. And we'll do the yes, no coin. I thank you, I love you, and I'll see you there.